So now we are going to make the first part of the suspension, which is the base. Firstly, select top plane, normal to. Then draw a circle with the diameter of 45mm. Then extrude boss this circle for 3mm. Then draw a new circle at the center with the diameter of 10mm. Extrude boss the new circle for 70mm. Then select the below part of the base, draw a new circle with diameter of 24mm. Extrude boss that new circle for 28mm. Click this edge and click fillet item for create a fillet with 6mm fillet diameter. Draw a center line to the bottom of this base. Now we are going to draw a rectangle, which is the distance between the rectangle and the center part of this base is 7.5mm, and the base of the rectangle is 19.57mm, and the height of this rectangle is 20mm. Click all the edge, click the center line, and click the mirror item. Extruded cut for this part and do it for both sides. So this is how the bottom part of this base is gonna look like. Draw a center line. So now we're gonna do back that part because of the wrong diameter. So now we draw a new circle, but for this part we're gonna use the tangent item to make the circle circumference touch with the all sides of the rectangle that we have done just now. In the center part of the circle, draw a new circle with diameter of 10mm. So now we got a shape like a cylinder, but with the hollow in the middle. So we're gonna extrude it, boss, that part. For 25mm. So now at the center part of the cylinder, we're gonna make it a hollow. So select that part and extruded cut. Do it both way so we can get a perfect hollow. So basically now we have done and completely do the base part of the suspension. So we can choose what color we want to put for this part to make it look better. So now we continue for the second part, which is top rod. Select top plane, normal 2, draw a circle with diameter of 24mm, extruded pause the circle for 108mm. So now we're gonna make a fillet at the top part of this rod. Click the edge and click fillet item and do a fillet with 6mm fillet parameter. So now draw a center line at the center of this rod. Draw a rectangle. This rectangle must be 20mm times 20mm, and the distance between the rectangle and the center line is 7.5mm. Select all the sides of the rectangle and do the mirror so we can get the same rectangle for the left side. Extruded cut that part so we can get this shape at the top of this rod. So now at the surface that we have cut just now, draw a new center line, then draw a circle on that surface. So now we gonna do the tangent entities to make the circle circumference touch with the all sides of the rectangle. Draw a new circle in the center with the diameter of 10mm. So now at the small circle, extruded cut that part to create a hole. Then we're gonna extrude it boss, including the bigger circle to create a cylinder look like part with the head of 25mm. click the bottom of the rod, draw a new circle with 27mm of diameter. Extrude boss the new circle to the top of the rod for 83mm. So this is how it's gonna look like. So now we're gonna make a thread at this top rod. Select the curve or the edge at the top of this rod. After that, click the curve entities, put all the parameters: hex 50mm, pitch 3mm, and 0 start angle. Then click enter. So now draw a triangle with 22mm for both sides. Move the triangle to the rod. So now click swap cut item and choose helix or spiral, then click enter. So now we already got the thread, which is to make this rod fit in with the spring or base part of the suspension. So now click the edge of the thread, click fillet item, put 0.75 fillet parameters. So this is the final looks of the thread. So next, draw a new circle with 10mm of diameter at the bottom. Then extrude cut the new circle for 75mm. Click the bottom edge, click fillet entities and give 4mm of fillet parameters. So we get a fillet at the bottom part of this rod. But for some reason, the fillet quite not suitable for suspension design. So we change it to a chamfer design at the bottom part. We give chamfer parameters of 4mm. So this is how the final looks of the second part of the suspension. So we can put any colors that we want. I choose black colors for this part. Okay, so for the next part of this suspension, which is nut, so we're gonna draw two circles with the diameter of 52 and 24 millimeter. So now extruded boss this shape with the height of 9 millimeters. Draw another circle with diameter of 29 millimeters. And extruded boss that new circle. Now draw a center line, then draw a circle on the center line. The distance between the circle center line and the old center line is 20 millimeters. The diameter of the new circle is 4 millimeters. Draw a line tangentially to the circle and to the circumference of the bigger circle, and click mirror entities. Give 60 degree of opening and trim the circle part. Click both line and arc. Click linear sketch entities and choose circular pattern and make it 12 of the pattern. So now click convert entities button, choose H1. So now click extruded cut entities, choose the part that we want to extruded cut for 10 millimeters, then click enter. So this is the looks, basically the looks of the nut. Draw a triangle with 15 degree of opening angle. Draw new center line through the center of this nut. The distance between the center line and the triangle is 19 millimeters. After that, click revolve cut entities, then click enter. Now we gonna insert the top rod into this nut to make a thread inside the nut. So locate the top rod at the inner hole of this nut. Click combine entities and choose subtract types of operation. So we get a thread in the center of this nut, so we can fill in with the top rod. Choose the color that is suitable. Then we're done for this part. For the last part of the suspension is the spring. Firstly, on the right plane, draw a 40mm diameter of circle. Click curve and choose helix or spiral. The parameter is variable pitch. Fill the region parameters column. For column 1, P is 0.5mm, revolution is 0, height is 0, diameter is 40mm. For the second column, P is 12mm, revolution is 2, height is 12.5mm, diameter is 40mm. For the third column, P is 13mm, revolution is 6, height is 62.5, diameter is 40. But all the information in the column might be changed to make the spring fit in properly with the others component of the suspension. So this is what it's going to look like after we put all the information. After that, draw a circle and then draw a rectangle inside the circle, giving the diameter of the circle is 5mm and the dimension or the width of the rectangle is 3mm. Trim sides of the circle and we're gonna get a shape like this. Click insert line properties to make the shape merge with the spiral or helix line that we just made before this. So this step is quite hard because we need to make the new shape merge correctly with the line that with the spiral line. So we need to choose which one it can be merged. So firstly, I try to merge the shape with the first line, which is this line. It's not merged like what I want. Then I try to merge it with the center line of this spring. It also cannot fit, so I change it to the most right line. Then yes, for this line it can merge properly. Then click switch boss item and click sketch profile, enter. So we get the spring that we want. Draw a vertical line through the center, then flip side to cut and extrude cut to remove that part to get a straight line at the starting of the spring. Do the same thing for the other side. As always, choose what color we want at this spring. Okay, so now we want to assemble all the part that we have done to show you the whole suspension looks like. So now we are going to insert another component to assemble it together. The first component is the base. The second component is the nut, which is the nut is going to be threaded fit in with the rod, which is the purpose is to tighten to make the suspension harder, either softer. So the last part is the spring. So this is the arrangement of the suspension. That's how the movement of the suspension.